In 2015, at the age of 39, I made a selfish decision that shattered the foundation of my family. For 20 years, my husband and I had built a life together, bound by a love that began in high school. We raised 4 children, 2 strong boys, aged 18 and 16, and twin girls just 13. To outsiders, our family appeared perfect, but beneath the surface, fractures were forming. My husband was a pillar of strength, always supportive of me and our children. He called me beautiful every day, treated me as his equal, and extended his compassion to my struggling brother. He was a dependable rock for all of us, a truly good man. Over the years, I had gained weight and grappled with insecurities, yet his love remained unwavering. He reassured me of my worth, even when I couldn't see it myself. Our rare arguments often revolve around intimacy. As he longed for closeness, I felt unable to provide, perhaps due to early menopause, which left me emotionally distant and disconnected. We tried to reconnect through romantic dinners, dancing, and evening strolls, but I remained aloof, unable to bridge the emotional gap. For my 39th birthday, I vowed to transform myself. I dedicated myself to the gym, embracing yoga and Pilates, and lost weight, dropping from 180 to 135 pounds. My husband joined me in this journey, slimming down from 260 to 225 pounds, and his devotion grew even more evident. Yet, I remained emotionally unavailable, unable to return the intimacy he craved. Looking back, I recognize this as a critical issue, but at the time, I was oblivious. Everything changed when a charismatic, younger manager joined my workplace. His charm awakened something in me I couldn't fully grasp. At first, I rebuffed his flirtations, proudly displaying my wedding ring to establish boundaries. But our conversations grew deeper, and I found myself consumed by thoughts of him. What began as an emotional bond soon escalated into something more. My husband noticed a shift in me, and during a heated argument one evening, he tried to kiss me. I pulled away, not out of contempt for him, but because of the tangled web I had woven. That moment marked a turning point in our unraveling. A week later, I met the manager at a cafe, intending to end the connection. Instead, when he kissed me, I didn't resist. That kiss sparked a 6-month affair that consumed me. I became a stranger to myself, pouring passion and intimacy into this new relationship. Everything my husband had longed for. At home, I grew distant, pushing my husband away, criticizing his habits, and undermining his worth. Guilt gnawed at me, but I couldn't stop. It wasn't until my brother visited and revealed that my husband was battling depression and considering separation that the gravity of my actions hit me. Terrified of losing everything, I ended the affair, left my job, and committed to repairing my marriage. I believed I could undo the damage, but it was too late. The affair partner arrived at our home with a box of my office belongings, claiming he wanted to talk, hoping to cut ties for good. I agreed to meet him, but he persuaded me for one final encounter in the guest room. In that moment, my world collapsed. My husband walked in, his face contorted with pain and rage. A violent confrontation erupted, shouts, tears, and the sound of fists colliding. I tried to intervene, but my husband's raw anguish was unlike anything I had ever witnessed. The police arrived, signaling the beginning of the end. At the hospital, the devastation was tangible. My father couldn't look at me, his eyes heavy with disappointment. My brother unleashed his heartbreak, furious at my betrayal. My children refused to speak to me. My husband's family was livid. His sisters threatened me, and his mother spat in my face when I tried to apologize. My sons withdrew and my daughters rebelled. The affair partner, badly injured, needed reconstructive surgery after my husband broke his facial bones. The trial was excruciating. I had to recount every detail of the affair in front of my husband and family. His testimony revealed he had planned a surprise romantic weekend, only to find me with another man. His recorded 911 call, filled with raw despair, was unbearable to hear. I had broken him. My life unraveled. I lost my job, my family, and my sense of self. Public humiliation and legal battles followed. My children distanced themselves. My brothers severed contact, and lifelong friends turned their backs. I sank into a deep depression, consumed by remorse. Therapy forced me to confront the truth. I had taken my husband for granted, treating our marriage like a transaction. My selfishness had cost me everything. Years passed in silence. My children visited their father, but barely acknowledged me. My brother's anger never softened, and my father refused to speak to me. My ex-husband suffered in prison, and when he was attacked by another inmate, my brother's words echoed, "You caused this." Nearly a decade later, I live with the weight of that choice. My children have grown, but the divide remains. My ex-husband's pain is a constant reminder of my betrayal. When my kids return home, I felt a spark of joy mixed with confusion. My son's unexpected presence filled the house with life, and I didn't question it. I simply cherished their company. For 4 months, our home buzzed with their energy, a stark contrast to the emptiness I had grown accustomed to. I poured my heart into apologies, expressing deep regret for the pain I caused, but my efforts were often met with silence. I accepted this as part of the healing process. Slowly, the silence began to lift. Conversation started, hesitant at first, then more open. Every word they shared brought a glimmer of hope. My eldest son shared details of his year-long relationship. My second son glowed with pride over his college track team successes. And even my twin daughters, once the most distant, began to engage. These moments filled me with gratitude, but deepened my self-loathing. Their laughter, shared meals, and stories reminded me of what we had lost. As August approached, I eagerly planned a celebration for the twins' 18th birthday and senior year, hoping it would mark a new beginning. But when they asked to change the date, I was confused. When I pressed for a reason, one daughter said bluntly, "Because Dad's throwing us a party, and I don't want you near him." Her words hit like a blow. Stunned, I learned their father had been released in April for good behavior. The realization struck hard. Their renewed presence wasn't for me. It was because he was back. Their happiness reflected his return, not our reconciliation. Desperate for answers, I asked where he was staying. They told me he was with my brother. I called, but he refused to speak. Driven by desperation, I went to my brother's house, clutching letters I had written over the years. I caught a glimpse of my ex-husband through the door and called out, but he asked me to leave. I handed him the letters, hoping for a connection. As I walked to my car, I heard his voice. Turning, I saw him approach. Tears streamed down my face as I hugged him, yearning for forgiveness, but he handed the letters back and said coldly, "You forgot these." His words cut deeply. I stood sobbing, pleading for a chance to talk, but he walked away. My children watched, their faces devoid of warmth. In that moment, I realized they were only tolerating me. Yet, I cling to hope, longing to express how deeply sorry I am, how much I missed them, and how profoundly I regret destroying our family. I dream of forgiveness, of them seeing me as they once did, of our family whole again. But I know I don't deserve it. Even if we reconcile, the scars I caused may never fully heal. The perspective of my children adds another layer of pain. They've worked hard to keep the past hidden, especially at college, where most friends are unaware their father was in prison. When they overheard campus gossip about our family, it reopened old wounds, fueling their anger and sense of betrayal. They confronted their father about my actions, which heightened tensions. Despite everything, their father remains honorable. He reprimanded them for disrespecting me, insisting I deserve respect regardless of their feelings. But respecting someone who caused such pain is difficult for them. Their father's life was shaped by hardship, growing up in the South Bronx, where academic ambition made him a target. At 15, he lost his father to cancer and became his family's provider. Yet, he never lost his humor or kindness. My children grew up witnessing an ideal marriage. He treated me as an equal, a confidant, showering me with love through notes, flowers, and serenades. But my affair shattered that image, and watching our marriage crumble was a slow tragedy for them. Their father fought to save our relationship, but I was unresponsive. My betrayal broke our family, and his arrest was the final blow. The trial was excruciating for my children, especially hearing his anguished 911 call. My attempt to serve as a character witness only worsened things, as revealing the affair's duration contributed to the harsh outcome. The fallout rippled through their lives. My son turned alcohol. One daughter battled suicidal thoughts. And the eldest became a surrogate parent. Their resentment lingers. They see my efforts of forgiveness as self-serving, not about their healing. I've learned that seeking forgiveness isn't about easing my guilt. It's about acknowledging the depth of their pain and giving them space to heal on their terms.